Hello everyone, this is Sensei Starman, welcoming you back to Let's Play Baldur's Gate 3. Well, we are in the midst of the action right now. We are trying to save our Guardian, who is apparently inside the skull here, from Githyanki monks that are trying to attack us. Luckily, wherever we are, and it's doing an auto-save, so we must be getting ready to come into a big fight, and starting to lag a bit.
What's going on here?
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one that's been protecting you. I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
Okay, so the gorgeous blonde woman was not actually... Yeah, I can actually believe that, but... Yeah, I don't trust the Githyanki in this, but I really don't trust the Mind Flayers either. Prove it.
You saved a child from a viper, back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a Mind Flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
How do I help?
The God. Destroy the God. They prevent me from subduing their master. Do it now!
Okay.
Together, we can turn the tide.
I think it's worth mentioning at this point that I really hate Githyanki monks. I was as chief of Orpheus's honor guard to boot. Somehow there's no way to hit this without hitting Shadowheart too. I got a way to make this easier. Okay, and the rest of the party has been split from us somehow.
rather ease my way. I'm ready. No rest. Be your wicked old wise.
Yeah, she's not the best at ranged, it looks like.
Too much to bear.
Alright, well, first things first, I'm pretty sure I had a cure greater. Gonna take that potion of speed.
Don't waste a step.
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
And so we should swoon and offer a kiss, abomination? Ah, I would not even know where to plant it.
I ask again, who are you? And I'm going to need a name this time.
You may call me the Emperor.
Cool.
An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain. The one you know as the Absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stillmain. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
Lord Gortash is one of the chosen in the colony.
Indeed. His hubris knows no bounds. To enslave me, that was his nature. But to enslave an Elder Brain, a questionable decision. I shall look forward to sharing his downfall with you.
The Githyanki of the Sphere, who is it?
Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Elitid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Blackith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Blackith wanted his power. He refused. And so she sealed him within this prison. His honor guard, ever loyal, followed him in. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
Why did Orpheus refuse to aid her, his mother?
I do not have the privilege of knowing the answer, but the consequences are clear enough. Some Githyanki still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Blackith was safe as long as they believed him to be dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the Githyanki ever find out what she has done, there will be civil war. Blackith will be finished.
How did Gortash and the Everchosen find out about the Astral Prism?
A very good question. One that I have been unable to answer. That Orpheus lives at all is ruinous to Blackith. She has done everything in her power to keep his existence a secret. That Gortash and the Chosen found out about it. This is impossible to explain. But it was important enough to them that Gortash sent me to retrieve it. The moment I found it, I felt it change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found Orpheus. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prism's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue Orpheus and find allies in the outer world. You.
What happens if we free Orpheus?
That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him, and in so doing, he would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Lithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
The more I talk to you, the less you seem like a mind flayer.
I appreciate that. But this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel. But the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to avoid becoming a mind flayer. I thought you agreed to protect me.
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent Illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle, while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you.
I'm thinking no, and hell to the no, and no.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential. How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it. So embrace it. It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
Yeah, no, won't do it. I got the wisdom check. I'm gonna burn inspiration on this. I ain't doing it. I feel like this is a but thou must situation. There we go.
A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then stillness. You've resisted your illicit instincts. For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then. Until you are.
Yep, not happening.
It has enough vitality to further your evolution. And your allies.
Yeah, no, not happening.
Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain, and bring it under our control.
Whatever it is, save it for now.
Are you sure you want to leave the Astral Plane? Yep.
It's been a long day. Better stop to rest soon.
Unclaimed, I'm sure.
Oh, and I suddenly switched control to Jahira for some reason.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something?
Yeah, I got a couple of options, but I think that special tadpole will increase our chances of success. Yeah, let's avoid that.
Of course.
Oh, what the heck.
I suppose you've earned it.
And she's cute when she's soaked in the blood of our enemies.
So your mysterious artifact, tamer of parasites, is only another parasite itself. How do you feel? Knowing the cost of keeping your transformation at bay.
Better, actually. Know the artifact's true nature now. The Emperor's an adventurer like us, protector of the city. That's got to count for something.
I suppose there is something to that. Illithids are monstrous creatures. But in the end, they are only that. Creatures. And if it can, a parasite will keep its host fat, happy, and safe. Until it is finished feeding, at least. Am I comforting you? I am not comforting myself. Use the Emperor as it would use you. Or discard it. My days of doubting you are done.
Yeah, I want to ask you something.
Ask it.
And nothing new here. we seem to be minus the rest of our companions.
So your confidant was a mind flayer all along. Disquieting, to say the least.
Oh, what the heck.
What would you like to know?
Don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite large for an elf.
I am? Trust me, it's been said. You show more restraint than most in avoiding the subject until now.
Any idea how that came about?
Who's to say? Perhaps there's a half-orc buried somewhere in my ancestry. Or perhaps not. Sometimes I think conventional wisdom is too narrow about what someone can or cannot be. Stranger things have most certainly happened.
Yeah, I mean, technically there's something that says that you can't have a big buff muscular druid. Elf.
I had a friend when I was young, long ago. He played with me in the forests where I grew up. But eventually, I realized no one else had heard of him. It was Daniel, of course. Nature was my very first friend. I get older, but he hasn't changed a day. I knew then that I had to be more than a companion to him. I had to be a protector.
Do you have people out there somewhere? Friends, family, lover, perhaps?
You're not a doppelganger, are you? Trying to study me to learn all my secrets so you can take my place? Save for me, my line perished a long time ago. They rest in high forest now, near the shade of the grandfather tree. The grove became my family, with Sylvanus as my teacher. And now I have you.
Sorry for your loss.
It was a long time ago. The wounds don't heal, but they become more bearable. I suppose you wouldn't be shocked to learn I love animals and nature? I know. Well-trodden territory. Well then, let's see. I whittle in my spare time, and I've something of a sweet tooth. Although everyone's very amused when I say I like honey. You're right. Sometimes I think people look at me and imagine my feelings can't be hurt. Ornaments, utensils, and ducks. I like ducks. Thank me by returning the favor, why don't you? Come on. I'm sure you've something better than carving wooden ducks.
I live in mortal fear of kraken, so I've never actually seen one.
Well, they are fierce creatures from what I understand. But as long as you avoid the high seas, I think you can consider yourself safe. Anytime.
Alright, well I guess we've got nothing else apart from trying to get a full night's sleep. Again, in spite of the dead bodies now littering my bedroll.
Love Shadowheart's new look. Softer, less severe. It suits her.
What new look? And yeah, Aiden promises incredible powers if we're willing to pursue them. I can imagine I know what Will's response to this is going to be.
Yes, And at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I'm not about to make such a sacrifice. Not now. Not ever.
Says the guy who became a half-devil.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Apparently we're only pursuing that conversation option if we're intending to try and talk everybody else into doing it, which, how about no?
Shadowheart walks a little freer of the shadows. She could shave her skull and paint it purple. It would still suit her. Ask it.
And nothing new, and yet we can actually see the change from here. And yeah, I did change her cleric focus around intending it, but yeah, check this out.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look?
I love it.
Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now. Fine. What's on your mind?
Of course.
I thought you'd never ask.
Really does set her eyes off more. Okay, let's ask everybody else how they feel about Shadowheart's new hair. Oh, Karlach has something new.
Gods. A mind flayer's been getting their tentacles all over our dreams this whole time. I'm really not sure about putting any trust at all in this thing. It's already shown itself a liar.
Yeah.
I've got my eyes on the Emperor. And Karlach doesn't blink.
Yeah, we are of one mind about this.
Gods, Shadowheart looks like a stack of gold. Never thought I could get so excited about someone's forehead, but here we are.
Be gone, friend. I have a darling to adore.
Okay, so they're
Looking forward to a
still
bit of
hanging out.
Fate, dost thou require a new...
Oh, we have a new look for a new Shadowheart. Nice as it is, she still doesn't have the best hair in the camp.
There's no more radiant sight than that of someone who's learned to love themselves anew. Shadowed in name, but no longer in spirit. It suits her.
I was concerned when I saw Shadowheart creeping about with a blade in the dead of night, but it was just to cut her hair, it seems. It suits her.
Alright, well, I think that is everyone. We will go ahead and save here. Thanks for bearing with me through this slightly longer than usual chapter, but I wanted to get all the conversations out of the way, which is funny because I think the last 5 videos have been almost nothing but conversation. But next time, I believe we will finally move on to Baldur's Gate. But thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if you are so inclined. and we'll continue the adventure next time. Take care until then.